G'day, guys, and welcome to another report card. Nic Newman, one of our veterans. We don't have many veterans on our books, and well, if you call a 29-year-old a veteran, he will be 30 by the start of next year. He's only played 86 games, 31 of those for the Sydney Swans. He played 19 games this year. If you call that a veteran, well, yeah, for us, he is a veteran. Still hasn't played the 100 games. And when you look at that, you're probably still thinking, well, he's still learning, really. But he does bring a lot of experience. And I suppose a wise head around the club. And it's something that we still lack a little bit of. Started off at the Swans from Frankston, so he's gained span. He didn't play a game for the Sydney Swans in the first 2 years he was there. Then he got his debut in 2017. Played the 20 games that year. Fell out of favour a little bit in his second season. Only played the 11. Then requested a trade to us. Then played 20 in his first year with us. Really good. Then he did that PCL injury. He was out for most of the year. 14 last year and 19 this year. Defender, out of contract next year when he will be 30. He's not going anywhere, I wouldn't have thought. I think we'll be keen to have him around the club in any type of capacity. Rookie draft 2015, then he wanted to come to us, and we did the trade with Sydney for, I think it was a bag of chips or something. It wasn't a lot. Season snapshot, 19 games straight. Was that a bit of a surprise? Maybe. I think we all would have liked to have seen some younger players explode past Nic Newman, but he brought a level of consistency to the table week in, week out, and played those 19 games straight. Would have played all 22 if he didn't get that lacerated knee against the Adelaide Crows in round 20 and missed the last 3 games, underwent a procedure. And I assume that's going to be okay. I assume. Statistically, just fucking solid. Just solid, above average in as a defender. You look at his stats and they're really impressive. 19.6 disposals, intercept possessions, metres gained, rebound 50, one-on-one, kicking efficiency nearly 80%, score involvements 3.7, tackles 2.3, scores 1.9, all above average. All those stats for a defender are bloody good, average in pressure acts. And I think that you need those types of players on your list. Who just do most things well. Not elite, but just do them well. Better than most. I thought it's hard to pinpoint, a player like Nic Newman, best games. He's not a superstar, and he doesn't sort of stand out, but he was really good on a Friday night against the Bombers in that game at the MCG. He had 29 touches in that round 13 game. And, you look at some of his low possession games, and one in particular was a Port Adelaide game where their smalls started to do a little bit of damage after half time, and they nearly won in the game, their smalls. And, it was probably a couple of games. In the round 1 game against Richmond, he wasn't great. And I just thought to myself then and there, look, Tom Williamson was a sub. You had Liam Stocker playing like he was injured at that stage with the Cindermost. And you just thought, geez, Nic Newman wouldn't want to put any more games like that, quiet one against Richmond in round 1. He wouldn't want too many of those in a row because there will be guys knocking on the door to take his spot. Sure, there were a lot of injuries this year, which gave him opportunities, but I think he stood up. Him and Doc in particular stood up in our back half. Those sort of medium type defenders. Sometimes he had to play out of his weight division. I thought he was terrific. I really did. For a guy hasn't played 100 games yet, he still brings experience. One of the oldest players on our list. I think he's a leader in his own right. As I said, he brings consistency, good disposal. Generally a good decision maker, and that was one of the weaknesses that was part of his game, those brain fades that he used to have. It was sort of almost a little bit laconic or lazy, kicking around the body, Yeah, so I don't know, it seems to have gone from his game. It has. He's become um, a lot more sure in what he does, and maybe the roles are more defined. Maybe they're working a lot better as a group down back and not trying to do too much. I think our back half pre this year, and in the Bolton and Teague days was all around individuals, and what the individual could do rather than what the team in the back half could do together. For me, um, one word. I think he's just underrated, unheralded. Um, yeah, I don't know. I just think he's done a really good job this year. And you know, not everyone in your team. You go through all the grand final teams. You know, not everyone's going to be a superstar. You know, not everyone is going to stand out. Not everyone on your books. You're going to go through that team and go, "Oh, jeez, oh, I don't think he's going to be part of our next premiership." Well, I think you need these types of players in your team, and you need more than just one. Um, you know, he plays a role, and he plays a bloody important role for us. Does that guarantee him a spot moving forward? Of course not. I gave him a really solid 7 out of 10. He needs to continue that form going into next season, because there will be players gunning for his spot, the likes of Jordan Boyd. Zach Williams will be back fit. Adam Sard will be up and about. Does Doc go to back to halfback after spending a little bit of time in the midfield? So there's plenty of spots in our back half, and Nic Newman will need to continue to bring that output that he showed this year. But for me, I couldn't have been happier for the year of Nic Newman. Tell me what you think of the number 24. Speak soon.